Good morning, everybody. Oh, holy crap. Oh, they see just a pure white, like, shine on my screen. Hang on a minute. There we go.
Take two.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Anthony Bionis from Mission Start Podcast, and I am joined by multiple people today.
It's a full show, folks.
It's a full show. Yeah. And I have, like, maybe 3 out of the 4 people, like, actually created a thing for them. So there's one person left out, but with me today, we got Greg Dietz.
I don't really want it. No, I'm joking. Hi, guys.
Hang on a minute. There's your face. There you go. Okay.
I had my camera on, but the fucking Skype app just works like a stupid.
Yep. So I have just your image in the meantime.
That's fine.
Also joining us with us is Chris.
Hi guys, how you doing?
And hang on a minute. Okay. And we got another person joining us to be Ramen.
Hello.
And I didn't make a thing for him, so we'll just add like this intermission photo. It's gonna be Derek. So yeah, welcome, Derek.
Well, gee, thanks. Hi.
So yeah, we got about like 4 people in this week, and we got a lot of stuff to talk about. So let's get to the news. Let me change that title. So let's see where to begin. Okay, so let's begin with something that we all have played or know of, and that's Capcom. They recently announced, they're saying that they said recently to stay tuned for Resident Evil 7 announcement.
It's going to be a fucking pachinko machine.
That's Konami. What are you getting at, Ramen?
No, watch.
So yeah, like my question would be that where would you go if you're Capcom? Like, are you just gonna continue the story that RE6 left off, or what exactly are you gonna do? Because I feel like
I think this question is also a little loosey goosey, just because you're asking like where a game franchise that has had little direction to begin with, where's it going?
That's true, but also the fact that like they've been having some success as of late with the remakes. The remakes have been really good.
And the Revelations series.
Yeah. So,
that's because the games are good.
That's true. Good point. good point. Yeah.
Yeah, the stuff like the live action films or anything like that. We'll just go that.
That's a different story. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I'm okay. Resident Evil as a franchise, like at this point, the story's so convoluted. Like, I don't know what's going on anymore in the story. Like, it's zombies, but not really, and all this other shit. Like, I think that if you're Capcom, like, I just straight reboot the series. Just retrocon some of the story elements just to make sure it makes sense, to be honest.
It sounds like a good idea in practice, but
yeah,
in reality, that sounds good.
No, I just kind of like stopped giving a shit about the story like after, like a little bit after 4. I was like, yeah, 4, okay, this doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. And I was like, they don't care about story.
Let's quickly analyze where the franchise is.
Country. So,
let's quickly analyze where the franchise is going.
Just like, okay, what can you do now?
Yeah, I was like, I don't care anymore. I want to play the game because it's fun.
I completely agree with you, Ramen, because it's like I said, like let's analyze where the series has gone. The first one, they're in a mansion full of zombies. Oh no, it's Umbrella and whatever that dude with the glasses name is.
Wesker.
Wesker, thank you. And then the sequel is it's in a big city, but not really a big city, more like an outline of a city, because you're really in mostly the police station and under it for most of the game. That's besides the point. And then the third one is you're back in the same city, but it's about to get exploded. Okay. The fourth one, completely different from anything else you've ever played up to this point.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with Umbrella directly. Has to do with Wesker, but not Umbrella. Like, there's so many, like, what the fuck is happening moments throughout the entire franchise that it's like, to do a reboot wouldn't really feasibly make sense for them. It'd be like rebooting it would be like asking a child, like, what direction are you going when they're playing?
Right.
Well, see,
I don't fucking know.
Like, I was kind of like this, kind of like, or like, we have a story, and then in 5, let's like no wait. When did you fight Wesker? Yeah, it was 5. So like in 5, hey, like let's just switch the story on to like there's one bad guy and he's like the big baddie. Well, we killed him. Oh, where do we go?
Now what?
Fuck. Fucking shit.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe.
Like, well, crap, we killed the main bad guy. Now what?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna call it right now. It's gonna be a fucking like slot machine or something like that. The Resident Evil slot machine, and it's gonna be about zombie slot machines.
I don't know. I don't think Capcom has it in him to do that type of thing.
No, I know, but
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you're Capcom, what would you do with that series? That story is so...
It's all over the place. It's all
Yeah.
over the place, and
Yeah.
nobody can make any sense of it unless you really follow it and really make research and time to, like, you know, figure it out. But otherwise, it's so messy right now. I have no idea what kind of direction they would go in. They've already tried other things too, like with the Raccoon City and shit, and that was awful. So I don't even know what kind of...
yeah, aren't they also coming out with like a it's like a squad based like esports shooter thing in the Resident Evil universe?
It's basically just Resident Evil Call of Duty.
that's awful.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The only
just
thing I'm
terrible.
looking forward to is what kind of little glorified bullet sponge they'll come up with this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's an Umbrella Corps, right?
God.
Like, we got the Tyrant, then Nemesis, and then, like, what, this last one, Sonic? What else are you going to come up with?
I mean, the only thing I can think of at the moment is just maybe expand on, like, maybe one of the minor characters. Like, maybe have a game up a hunk, maybe, but, you know.
Do you
I
guys
just think
remember
they
a
should-
game? Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
Where's Rebecca?
I said, do you guys remember
What
a game
happens
that came out
after
on the
the first one?
PlayStation? Do you guys remember a game that came out for PlayStation 2 where it was like an online game where you ran around in a level with 3 other people, and if
Oh,
one person
Outbreak?
got bitten, yeah, Outbreak. Like maybe something like that would be cool. I'm just saying.
Bring that back? I mean, like, I wouldn't mind it, to be honest. If the end of Resident Evil would be a big MMO like it was for Outbreak, I'll be fine with that. Because then, like, you know, I mean,
You that with Operation Raccoon City? Or was that something different?
I think
Operation...
that's the Left 4 Dead sort of feel for it.
Yeah, that's kind of more Left 4 Dead type of deal. I'll be fine if they did the kind of Outbreak type of thing, because it leaves the kind of story open-ended, and they can, like, go in and it's like, you know, hey, now you try to survive the apocalypse, you know, or you create your own character.
That wouldn't be a bad idea, I think.
Yep.
Or at least continuing the Revelation series, maybe. That seems to be pretty successful right now, honestly.
That is very true. Very, very true. Both Revelations have been pretty good. And the remakes have been pretty spot on so far, so... Yeah,
We'll just see where it goes.
for sure, for sure. Oh, Capcom. Alright, well, let's see. Where to go from here? Go from one series of a big franchise to another. I'm not sure if you guys saw this, but... So there's an interview recently done with Nolan North. And he was asked about the Uncharted movie that's in the works. And
Wait, what?
so somebody sat down with Nolan North and asked him about his thoughts on the Uncharted movie.
Okay.
Were you whatting about the Uncharted movie itself?
No. I was waiting about like the way he said it. I heard like blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
Okay.
So yeah, he was sat down for an interview to talk about it, and he personally feels like, you know, fans don't really want an Uncharted movie. They feel like the games kind of just justify themselves.
I actually agree with that.
Yeah.
Same here.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, what is Uncharted kind of riffing on? Like, it's already riffing on, like, Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
In that same style.
I wouldn't use the word riffing, by the way.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, like, in a sense, like, you know, like, we're...
Paying homage.
Yeah, homage,
There you go.
inspired.
Yeah.
Yeah. So...
It's not necessarily an impersonation.
Yeah.
That's true. And the thing about it is, like we've seen the history of video game movies come out, and some of them have not been the greatest at all. Although
A lot of them have not been.
Yeah.
Except
Some more like most, but yeah.
I mean,
and Super Mario Brothers.
the worst, the worst of them all. I will.
Street Fighter live action movie.
Yeah. Oh god.
Like, I will admit, like, I have a guilty pleasure for Mortal Kombat, but that's only because I liked it when I was a kid, and I still like it today.
Yeah.
But
and
like,
the first Mortal Kombat movie is still one of the better video game movies out there, and that's saying something.
I know, yeah. But like, yeah, like, I agree with Nolan North. I think that there shouldn't be a movie about Uncharted. I mean, it's in the works right now, and I think people will still go and see it. But like, it's like seeing a movie based on a game.
That's a real movie.
Yeah, that is inspired by Indiana Jones. You're just getting the same thing over again. So.
Well, then really, it should be easy for the people who are making the movie. It's like, all right, let's just like, it's like this game like lay down all these movie tropes that are present in the game. Let's just like keep on using the same movie tropes. Like, they already have like the building blocks there.
Yeah, I mean, from a movie directing aspect, yeah, it is pretty easy to put it together. Whether it will draw in fans to go watch it, possibly just because Uncharted is in the title. So
yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. But I personally agree with Nolan North. There shouldn't be a movie about.
Yeah,
Uncharted.
I mean, the games are very cinematic. It's interactively cinematic too. So you're playing it while you're watching, what's happening, and it feels awesome. But take that experience of interaction out, and I don't know how it would be received by fans at that point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it seems like something that wouldn't translate to the big screen all that well.
Yeah.
Well, I think that Uncharted would translate to the big screen very well. The problem is that, like Nolan said, the game is cinematic in nature itself. It was designed that way. Mm-hmm. Granted, it's a video game and it's 8 hours to complete, and the movie's only 2 hours. You can literally go to YouTube right now and type in Uncharted the movie and watch a movie version of the first game, which is about 2.5 hours. So it just defeats the purpose on making a movie. But, as I've stated before on this podcast, there will always be adaptations of everything if they think they can make a buck off of it. If they cut their losses right now and don't make an Uncharted movie, I'm sure they won't lose money. But they probably will. Just like with Hitman, there can never be a Hitman movie. Nobody wants to see that movie. The reason the game works so well is because Agent 47 is a blank slate. His face is so typical that it doesn't matter. But that's the point. He's supposed to look that way. You go to these other, aside from the Uwe Boll fucking train wrecks, if you take other video game movies that are close to the content, none of them do well simply because the idea of it being a game works as a game. It's like Alan Moore said when it comes to making his comic books into movies. The medium in which it was intended for works best in that medium because it was created for that medium. Sure, you can take small things here and there, like let's take Star Wars Battlefront for example. It works because they're not making it about the movies. They're making it about kind of the movies. That's how you take something from a different medium and translate it. I think that certain things can translate very well. Like, let's take Firefly, for example. The comic books to Firefly, they're good. Are they as good as the show? No, because that was what the charm of the show had, was the characters and the actors and all that shit. So, point I'm getting at is, they're going to make the Uncharted movie, whether we want to see it or not. Will it do well? Who's the fucking say? But we all in this group know it won't be as good as the games because it was not intended to be a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Agreed. So in due time, I think that the numbers will speak for themselves when the movie comes out. But it's I definitely agree. So, all right. So we go from one voice actor to a shit ton of them. So, I'm not sure if you guys have been keeping up with the news, but lately, the U.S. voice actors have been having discussions with some of the game developers of some game companies out there, and as a whole decided, there are certain things that in the contract for a voice actor that hasn't been changed since 1995. And there has been iterations on the contract itself, but now they're at a point where, it's 2015. Things are different now than they were back then. And what they're doing right now is that they have put on the table that they approved the action to go on strike. And we're talking about voice actors of Nolan North, of Troy Baker, Steve Bloom. Like, majorities of these voice actors are willing to go on a strike, and the reason being is the fact that they have other gigs they can attest to. Video games don't make that much money for them. They make using their voice for other stuff as well. So they decided to put this on the table. They haven't officially said they're going to go on strike yet, but it's on the table. And what they're looking for is basically a better deal with these video game companies to have better royalties. It was having like some sort of like insurance in case they break out their voice. Even in some purposes, because I know I've heard this before, some game companies would actually have their voice actors like put in a bodysuit and do their own stunts. And
oh yeah, like do like mocap shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I know the there's been a couple of actual voice actors that did mocap for the characters. I think Nolan North was one of them, actually.
Mm-hmm. He did mocap for Nathan Drake.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So they're also putting in and this is the group name for the union for the voice actors called SAG. And they're
Screen Actors Guild.
yeah.
Well, I was reading about this, and the group, the agency that was working with voice actors actually like connected to SAG. Mm-hmm. So now it's like SAG dash and then a bunch of fucking letters that I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the one of the big things in that whole like contract that they want to make is, if you are working for multiple hours on a day working on a character or a series, like especially an anime for that matter, there's a lot of voice strain that's possible. And so they want to make it mandatory that a voice actor has like at least a 30-minute break in between a 2-hour session. Mm-hmm. That they're not constantly being fucking hounded about, well, we got to get this done, or like just they want it to be a little bit better for the voice actors. The only thing I don't like about the contract is the money side of it. Like, I get it that voice actors want more money, that artists in general want more money, but one of the great things that I love about voice acting is that it is a modest art. Like, they're not getting paid shit. But if a voice actor, like, I don't want fucking divas in the voice acting company. That's just me, though.
Well, I mean, like, okay, look, so, like, let's say you voice a character in, like, Halo or that, right? Halo ends up being, like, a multi-million-dollar franchise, stuff like that. Like, once you kind of feel like, oh, hey, like, I only got, like, however many, like, okay, they say, okay, I got like $10,000. Like, I don't know what a voice actor makes, but I'm just gonna just say that, right? Like, hey, I got $10,000. Like, meanwhile, I am this character. Like, I helped make this franchise like what it is, and like, meanwhile, these guys are like making like $1 billion.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like. I mean, I can kind of see like where they're coming from in like that aspect.
Didn't that happen with GTA 4 a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think the voice actor for
get that much.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah.
I think it's important to put into the contract that they get paid a set amount, or that if the game does well, they should get compensated for the game's success. I totally understand that, but there was other stuff that was like, they get paid this amount, or they get paid a certain percentage. It's like, that shouldn't matter in comparison to what they're doing. That shouldn't be a factor into the art that they're providing. So that's all I'm getting at. Like, it's just there was just a lot of shit like that. And
yeah,
because
shit. You have like actual like physical actors. It's like, all right, hey, like this movie has like a budget of like, I don't know, like $3 million. I want to be paid like $5 million. If it works out, that's cool, because I'm gonna get like awesome PR from it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't really matter.
Well, this is my problem with SAG.
Hold on. Yeah, exactly. So, but it's like, when it comes to like voice actors, like it never really happens that way. You know, it's like, all right, like that's just Master Chief, and like he's fucking awesome, and you don't ever hear about like the voice too often. You know what I mean? Like it's not like, hey, like this guy's going to get a award that is on the same level as a you know, like a actual like acting award, like from like the Emmys or something like that, or like the Academy Awards.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Agreed.
And another thing to add to that caveat in terms of what they're also asking for. Is that if you use one SAG voice actor, that means you have to only use SAG voice actors as a whole. You can't go and get anybody else. And for the cost for what one voice actor may cost, for some independent studios, you know, they can't afford that. So in some aspects, I agree with what the voice actors are trying to get at, but in some aspects, like for more smaller companies, smaller development teams, like they don't have that money to do that. So it's a tricky situation.
Yeah, well then, like as far as like the like smaller companies, the only thing I have to say about that is like make friends, or hire me or Greg.
But like no, but but the thing is, though, in the contract, like they said, like if it's approved in terms of what they're offering, they said you cannot hire your own staff or anybody else for that matter.
Oh, what? Yeah, I don't really agree with that.
Right.
Because like I mean like
you can't have your own agent.
It's like Halo. Some of the grunts and some of the elites are actually voiced by people who are actually like on staff, shit like that, you know?
Right.
Like some of the like devs or the programmers, stuff like that. Like they like lend their voices and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I don't know. That just kind of seems like more of like a stretch. I just feel like, all right, if the character is going to be a actual like main character, then yeah, I can see that sticking. But if it's like none at all, that's kind of bullshit.
Yeah, but to be fair though, like this is something that's kind of put out, and the way negotiating works is like you start off big and you get smaller. So like it's a take and gift situation. So again, they haven't said they're going on strike yet. They just said that that's the option out there. But overall, the voice actors in the game industry, or just in general, just want better benefits, just better contracts. You know, which and you know, there was some feedback from game devs, and people were saying like, you know, where's my royalties and whatnot. And you know, this got me to thinking like, because as far as I know, in the game industry, we like, with the exception of a few companies out there, like making a game is pretty shitty in a big company. The crunch hours are pretty ruthless. You're spending like weekends and weekdays, overtime hours of trying to get this game to be done. And they're asking, you know, where the hell is my shit? So this may lead.
They're putting in the hours too, and it's just bullshit that they're not getting compensated for.
Yeah. I mean, it's like they spend so many hours in the booth, and they have to like they're saying like thousands of lines. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like there could be whole sections, whole hours of like dialogue that like doesn't even make it in.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Yeah.
So what this could lead to is like this may start talks amongst, you know, people within the game industry, you know, people who are working those hours, like, you know, hey, why don't we, you know, set up something like, you know, why can't we set up something for the programmers, for the artists, you know, for, you know, better, you know, just a better way to treat your employee.
Yeah.
So, yeah, which I am in favor, and you know, but much of these publishers are going to say like, you know, oh, if we do this, you know, game's going to be expensive. It's like, I don't give a shit, you know, let's do it. You know, as history has shown, you know, stuff like this has changed, and it has happened for the better. So, and nothing, you know, destroyed the market or destroyed the way that the products are sold. So, yep. Voice actors. But that's cool. No, I think it's a good thing that there's some talk. So, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So going from voice acting to a console. So recently, PS4 was announced that it's going to be a price drop. And it's coming on October 9th.
which is already just
For
yesterday.
the holidays.
Yep.
Oh, actually, it came out today, yesterday. Holy shit.
Yeah, but yeah, just in time for the holidays, for fall season, winter season.
Yep. So I got the numbers right here. Going from top to bottom, and this is off the Sony Europe PS4 page. So, Uncharted Nathan Drake Collection for PS4 bundle, which was released yesterday, at the current price of $400, and then $500, and the new price will be at $350 US and $430 like CAD. I think it's like Europe pounds.
That's Canadian dollars.
Yeah. And then let's see. Hang on a minute. Limited edition Call of Duty Black Ops 3, a 1 terabyte PS4 bundle, which is going on sale on November 6th, is going for a price of $430 US.
Damn.
Limited edition Disney Infinity 3.0 Star Wars PS4 bundle, that cool white PS4 with the Darth Vader on it.
Awesome.
That is going for $400 US.
Oh
Wow.
my god, it's so good.
Yeah.
The limited edition Star Wars Battlefront PS4 bundle, which is coming out on the 17th of November, is also going for $400. The Star Wars Battlefront PS4 bundle, I guess this is the normal one, is going for $350. These are our US prices, by the way. And NHL 16 PS4 bundle is going available now in Canada. Oh, it's only in Canada only. Okay, so the Canada version is like $430 Canada. So,
Well, yeah, that seems like a great price drop. Then the bundles seem a lot more worth it, especially if the console is, with the game, and I think it comes with a controller or something. For $400, which was the original price of the PS4 itself, that sounds like an awesome deal. Like honestly,
definitely.
That sounds really good.
yeah.
Yep. So a PS4 drop is coming. So for those who are still on the fritz or still on the
Fence about it.
on the fence about buying a PS4, yeah, it's a good chance, and plus you get some good bundles as well.
And you can get that sweet ass Darth Vader PS4. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
On top of that, there's a lot of games coming out for the PS4 that are pretty much on the good side right now. Like,
Oh, yeah.
MTS5 right now is out. Street Fighter 5 is coming soon. So
Yeah.
this price drop is actually pretty good timing.
Oh
definitely.
yeah, definitely.
Definitely. If anything, we might see a response from Microsoft to see if they may do a price drop to kind of meet theirs for the fall.
I wouldn't doubt that they would play around with it. The idea, at least.
I don't know if you guys know about. I don't know if you know about this, but sorry, something just really fucking stupid happened in Battlefield. Anyway,
Stop fucking Battlefield.
well, I was trying to do something before I actually said my opinion about this, but then all of a sudden, like, fucking, anyway.
Yeah, Greg.
So the thing about the PS4, the big deal about the PS4 dropping their price, is that they are winning the console battle twofold.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
like that's super important to keep in mind. Like, oh, you just dropped your price to the same as the Xbox One, and the Xbox One is actually losing money. Well then,
Okay,
Fuck.
let's match your price and just like give you like a better deal overall from like what the Xbox is offering.
Yeah.
right.
Definitely.
So we'll see. Microsoft is definitely going on an uphill climb at this point, but we'll see.
For sure. We'll definitely see how things turn out. I wouldn't be surprised if they do have a price shop for Xbox One to match it or to come close to it.
Well, no, Xbox originally had like they were the first ones to actually drop their price, but it was like, hey, the console's here, and then like Sony's like, okay, we'll drop our price too, but guess what? We're gonna like give you like $50 more. You can have a fucking game and a cool console and whatever the fuck else. Like it'll make toast for you. Like why not?
Yeah, but the Xbox does have more exclusives this season too, this holiday season.
That's true.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, the console wars continue to rock on, especially in this time of age.
The poor
Yeah.
EU.
Yeah.
I know, right?
God.
For Nintendo.
Speaking of Wii U, you know they're actually going to make another Kung Pao movie.
What?
Yeah.
Yep, sequel was confirmed.
Yes.
Awesome.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's all right.
The movie's fucking stupid, so I don't really give a
Oh,
shit.
that fucking that movie's a fucking masterpiece.
It is not. It is.
Fuck you,
It is.
Greg.
How many? No, it is
Greg,
dumb.
Greg, you're fucking
Dumb.
young and stupid. I understand.
I'm what? I am older than you.
Oh yeah, you are. Oh fuck. Fuck. I'm young and stupid. I remember. Fuck.
That's right. God damn it, that's right.
Okay, Greg. I'm sorry.
Note to self: watch this movie, make judgments for yourself.
Yeah.
Notes movie when the movie comes out. Don't talk to Greg. Side note: I'm younger than Greg.
So going from Kung Fu movie to a game that we were talking about a half hour ago. Destiny. So Destiny recently, So Destiny recently announced that they are introducing a trading company called Everest. I can't quite pronounce the name. Anyways,
Everest.
Oh, okay, Everest. Okay, cool. So yeah, Everest is a company that was going to come in and help Bungie out with putting in microtransactions for specifically like just dances for now.
Yeah, they're emotes.
So.
Yeah, I was like, before anyone goes, they're just.
I wasn't.
It's purely cosmetic.
Yes.
I know. I understand.
So, I mean, like, obviously there was definitely.
So they're going the like CS:GO route and like, hey, spend money on
Pretty
these.
much.
Cool
Yeah. And
that is really smart.
And
a console game needs to do that.
Oh yeah.
I also too, I think that what is kind of turning people off to some degree is that Bungie has always been transparent when it comes to their games. They've always been honest, like with the reasons why they made decisions for such and such, and why they bring in who to make the game. The reasoning why they brought in this company is because they said, like, you know, look, we need to bring this company in so that we can produce more content for Destiny. And you know, people.
You know that the company's a fictional company, right?
Oh. look! I just get the look.
Man, god damn it, dude! Like literally, I was googling the name of this company, and I was like, "Where the fuck is it?"
Look, I just report the news. I don't.
I know, but you should have probably done a little, just 2 minutes of research on that one. A Google search, even.
Okay, that was a faux pas on my part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the way you were talking about it, I was like, he's making it sound like it's real.
I should just ran with it.
Oh, boy.
Okay, but yeah, all right. So basically, Bungie's putting in microtransactions, and they basically said like they are putting them out so that people can buy them to help them make more content for the game. In a sense, they're saying like, you know, we need more money.
Use the remotes.
Yeah.
The game is fucking expensive. Like, okay, let's take this into consideration. The fucking game costs more to make than World of Warcraft, yet World of Warcraft requires you pay $180 a year, where Destiny's like, just one flat fee. But then everyone's like,
Yeah.
Okay, like I kind of feel like they spent most of that money on fucking getting Paul McCartney to do their marketing, and also to spend money on fucking Pete Dinklage, who they took out.
That's true. That's very true.
Yeah.
And you're probably correct on that. That's why Paul McCartney's not back for Taken King, and either is Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
It still costs a lot of fucking money, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Like Paul McCartney, he's like $1 million like person to book for whatever. Any
Because
market.
he was in the goddamn Beatles.
Yeah, that's kind of hard to beat.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, oh shit, you have a commercial. We got the fucking Paul McCartney.
Yeah.
You got 50 Cent. We got Paul McCartney.
And the other thing too to consider is that they recently just lost a case against Marty O'Donnell, who was one of the composers for Destiny. So they lost some money there as well.
Yeah, they actually they fucking settled out of court, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
That's fucking crazy.
Yep.
If you think about it.
It's really funny about that whole thing because as Bungie was sued for that whole situation, they The problem. Shut up. The problem that came from that lawsuit was the fact that, like, it was really towards Activision, not Bungie so much.
No. It was with Bungie.
No, I know it was with Bungie.
Like, Mario O'Donnell was with Bungie for, like, hell long. And, like, after a while, he was like, alright, fuck the shit. They're not giving me my money. They're, like, having me work, like, all these fucking, like, crazy hours, shit that, and he was just, like, done with it.
I agree. I'm not saying Marty had like a frivolous lawsuit. I'm saying that I don't put that entirely on Bungie as much as I do Activision, just because of what I read about it.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I kind of see that.
Yeah. So yeah, like transactions are being made, and people are obviously up in arms for obvious reasons. But at the same time, like, here's the thing with Destiny. I feel like they should have done in the first place, and they should have just came out with that mentality. So Destiny as a game, it especially during its early parts of its marketing, it is like they're trying to label it like a first-person shooter. It is a story-based game, and there just happens to be MMO elements into it.
There was a story? What?
I mean, like...
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah. And the marketing for it wasn't the best either, because it was confusing people. Like, what exactly was it? Was it a first-person shooter, or was it an MMO? Because like, if they're hurting for money right now, if they would approach this as an MMO and say, like, look, this is a first-person MMO, there's going to be a fee of, like, this amount of much money per month, and this is the game, and this is how it's going to be played out. If that was approached that way with Destiny, I think people would be a lot less angry at it than they were when it came out. Some today, because like right now the game is actually really good. It took them a year to fix some things, but
and another $60 fucking.
Right. So like
it's like Destiny 2. Honestly, let me ask you a question, Ramen. If they came out with Destiny 2, and it was like it was basically the same game, but it was just called Destiny 2, and it cost you $60, would you have bought it?
No, because I was fucking pissed off at Destiny 1.
Okay, Ramen, let me ask you this: if it was an MMO and they came out and said like it is,
wait, hold on. So a actual MMO, not a pseudo MMO.
Like as is right now, but just a little bit like straight up MMO, meaning that it's the base game, but you have to pay like per month, and no, like you have expansion packs later on, just like how Valve has their thing. But what if it was approached that way? Would you?
Okay, so I would say yes. Okay, but if you're gonna market it as a MMO instead of like a pseudo MMO like it actually was, it's like, all right, so give me like more than like 12 players in a lobby, give me like more than like 3 raids, give me more than fucking 9 hours. No, give me more than 6 hours worth of story content. Then yes, I would do it in a heartbeat. I'd be like, here's my $60.
Okay, can I play devil's advocate with you, Ramen?
Go ahead.
You will spend $60 on a game that has 7 hours of a storyline and then just repetitive ass multiplayer all the fucking time.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
How was that any different?
Come on now. No, okay. Because because the story is actually engaging. All right? The story is actually engaging. It actually has it's actually a story. Okay, like Destiny, it was like here's like little like trickles of story. Like, okay, like what are we doing? Okay, we're doing this. Why? I don't know. Okay, well,
I'm not defending that.
Fine.
I'm not defending that bullshit.
Hold on. Okay, so it's like, all right. Okay, so like, okay, that's fine. I'll go and do it anyway because like the play is fun. The game is crafted really well, like Bungie always does. That's fine. Having hella fun, killing bosses. All right, hey, guess what? Do you want to know like about this war that like happened like a long time ago and all this like deep story elements? I don't have time to tell you. Like
Ramen, I agree. I stopped playing the first game.
I know.
There's a reason I did.
Understand? Like you understand where I'm coming from, and it's just
but my argument is this is the sequel. This isn't the first game. And a lot of people asked me right off the bat, I remember this a lot when I stopped playing the year one, was, are you going to play Destiny 2? And I said, yeah, I'll play Destiny 2. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Little did I know that it was going to be DLC, and little did I know that a friend was going to buy it for me. But
hey, okay, come on now. Okay, go ahead.
But
Okay,
that's
come on now. Somebody bought it for you. You didn't have to fork down $60, like another $10 for every DLC.
Okay, you're not letting me finish.
I'm sorry.
You're not letting me finish.
Go ahead.
As someone did buy it for me, I was going to buy it myself. That was the big thing, was I just couldn't find the $60 at the time. When I get the $60, they will absolutely be getting my $60.
Okay, so then once you get $60, you give it to me, and then I'll buy it.
It's a situation where if you played a game, because that's the thing about Destiny, and we talked about this, Roman, a lot.
Yeah.
Destiny is definitely the type of game that can be fun. It can be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But the problem is that it's just absolutely way too repetitive for the amount of hours that they want you to put into it. Plus, we could fucking dissect how shitty the story is all day.
Yeah.
Doesn't change anything. The point that I'm getting at, the point that I'm trying to allude to here, is that when you play Destiny year one versus year two, it's a different game.
Okay.
It is a sequel, essentially. Just like how Halo 2 was a better game than Halo 1, Destiny 2 is a better game than Destiny 1. It's just presented differently.
Okay.
It's just given to you in a different way. That's all.
Well, look. Okay, like here's the whole thing, right? Okay. So, where I'm coming from, right? $60. Destiny, day one. I went to the fucking midnight release, everything. I got the game, beat the story in like one day, grinded out. But I had so much fun, like partying up with people and be like, oh yeah, like let's like do this, let's do that, let's blah 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 blah. Like that's a fucking blast, and I love that.
I played the beta with you. I know.
Yeah, exactly. We had a fucking blast. Okay, and then like it was like more fun doing the raids, but it was like okay. So I got to the highest level in like a week, and then the raid came out like later on in the month, and then we did the raid like 2 or 3 times, and it was like, okay, so hey man, like let's fucking play Destiny. What do you want to do? You want to play the raid? Nah, we already did it like 10 times. Oh, you want to like this? No, like we already did all this shit like already. Do you want to play the multiplayer? Nah, because it's fucking like hella random. Like, okay, fuck it. It's like, give it up. Okay. And after that, it's like, hey, oh shit, there's like a new raid coming out. There's new missions. There's new things coming out. But hey, you gotta spend like $10. Like no. Like, I don't know. Like, the way you were talking about it. Okay, so how many hours would you say are in the content of Taken King?
The storyline, there's
just the Taken King by itself.
I'm getting to that.
Okay.
Shut your mouth, Ramen.
I just want to like make it like very like. Yeah.
Okay. In the storyline itself, which is 1,000 times better than the storyline in year one, because there's actual content and you get character development. It's about 6 hours, 6 to 7 hours, depending on how fast you can get through it, depending on how leveled you are, because they give you a device that, like, if you're starting fresh on Destiny, you can level a character to 25, even though the cap is at 40, to start the Taken King content. If you're at 25, the game becomes very difficult, like it's putting it on hard mode, essentially. But me and my buddy were at 34, and leveled up almost to 38 halfway through the campaign. So we were over-leveled for the campaign, and we beat it in about 6 hours. And then the additional content, which this is a really cool situation, instead of just having the game go, like, here's the storyline elements, here's the campaign, and then moving on to other things, it immediately has you go into quest lines. So you'll go to one of the vanguards in the tower, and she'll say, hey, on Earth, there's Taken stuff going on. Go take care of it. And so you'll go to Earth, you'll go to recognizable locales, but now you're fighting fucking level 42 Taken, and it's hard as shit. Like, that's really fun. Plus, there's, like, actual content story involved. Your ghost will tell you to scan new items that'll tell you storyline elements. Like, that shit's really cool. Plus, instead of having, like, you remember how to get exotics, Ramen?
Yeah.
It was luck of the fucking draw.
Yeah.
Now, there's quest lines to get exotics. Now you have to go on a journey to get that exotic, and there's a story behind that exotic. Like, so the content overall, I'm still playing Destiny. I'm still putting time into it and doing new stuff every fucking day I play it. When I started up Taken King, I was about at 80 hours, and now I'm at like 200.
Shit.
So, you want to sit there and talk about it's not worth your time and money? I disagree wholeheartedly.
Okay. As far as, like, not worth my time and money, right? It's like like Destiny 1, it left a sour taste in my mouth. It's like so sour that, like, I just don't care.
Sure. I just don't
care anymore. like
I had a hard time. I had a hard time with
it's-
it too, man.
It's just like I said. If I was to buy the Taken King, someone had to buy it for me. Otherwise, I would not go. I'd much rather go fucking spend money on, like, fucking Metal Gear or something, like, way more worth my time that I think than spending $60 in a game that fucking pissed me off. I think we can move on from Destiny.
Yeah.
I just want to linger there for a minute. there.
I stopped talking
sorry.
about it because I said my piece. I was just
Right.
No.
Yeah.
We went through the meat of the conversation, like, before the cast, but yeah, no.
Mm-hmm, for sure. So yeah, there's your Destiny talk for this week.
But for the month,
Maybe
Jesus.
for the
Yep. So before we get to our last story, I actually want to talk about two games in particular, just because we've been playing it as of late. So we'll do that quick, like a 5-minute blurb on it. Chris, I'm gonna let you take the floor and talk about Rock Band 4. You recently got it.
Yeah, I bought the band in a box, the whole instrument set. Put me back almost $300, unfortunately. But it's the game itself. Okay, so there's a lot to talk about with it. It's Harmonix. They're working independently now, so they're apart from MTV Games. So they're working with a much lower budget to begin with. So there are a lot of features that were pulled from the previous games. So there's no practice mode, there's no online mode, there's a couple of other key features that are missing at the moment, but they say that they're gonna implement them later through patches. So what's been going on right now lately is that there's been a few issues with the hardware, but I'll get to that later. The set list for the game itself, I think, is really good. And a lot of people complain about it. There's only 60-something songs compared to the 80 whatever that were on the previous games. So it's a bit of a drawback, but I think for what it's worth, it covers a lot of the genres of rock very well. To have something that's for everyone. You're gonna have your metalheads. You're gonna have somebody that likes the pop rock. You're gonna have somebody that likes their blues. Or they have like Elvis on here, so that's always cool. They have new features too, like they have the freestyle guitar solos, which it lets you take the reins of a solo where originally it is. You can also play the original solo itself, but you have the choice to play a freestyle solo, and it gives you it adds a lot of personality to the game to where you can basically rock out to however you like to the song. And you can do it to, there's like almost instructions on how to do it. There's a tutorial for it. You can do it to keep up your streak, your score, or you can just do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter to them. So that's always cool. There's for the vocals, there's freestyle singing essentially, to where you can be off melody, but if it's, you know, along the tune of the song, it still counts, and you get freestyle bonus points for that. So that's always kind of cool too. For the drums, there's freestyle fills now. So instead of, you know, how an original Rock Band where you can play whatever you want in that fill, and sometimes it would sound really awkward because some people don't do it on the beat or anything. This time you can still choose to do that. That's still an option, but they've added in freestyle fills to where it actually it matches the tempo and the kind of feel of the song. So then it actually, you know, it sounds like it's almost a part of the song. You know, if you haven't heard of the song before. So I like that aspect. It's really cool. The presentation of the game itself is it's not as good as it used to be, but with the lower budget, I can understand. I'm not really that bummed out about it, to be honest. It's more the gameplay of what I'm looking at that counts, the core gameplay, and it's still all there. It feels really good. It did as it did Rock Band 3 years ago. Everything is still there. It feels great. The only problem right now is that, specifically with the PS4 and Xbox One, there are issues with the drums, and that's because of firmware issues that they're trying to set to fix. So right now there's like a little bit of lag in each drum pad as well as the bass pedal. So so it's a little awkward right now. It feels a little bit off. There's some things that you can't hit that that should, you know, register, but it just has trouble registering it right now.
Oh, so then it's like a problem with syncing then.
Yeah, pretty much. So they're trying to fix this with firmware issue or updates. I think even Mad Catz released on their website the update for it. So if you have like the Bluetooth adapter on your PC, then you can go ahead and, you know, fix it right away. But for other people, they have to wait until the firmware updates roll around on the consoles. But for overall, right now, I'm really impressed with what I'm getting. The song list, the set list is great. The tour is awesome. It's kind of like almost like an RPG, like they said. You know, you have your two different branching paths each way, and they kind of differ in a little bit. Like you can play either set playlists that they have for you, or you can play it through whatever you want to choose. So it's kind of, and there's a little bit of perks and, you know, disadvantages to one another. So it's interesting. It's different. It's a different take from the original, you know, career modes from the Rock Band series. But I'm liking it so far, and I think this would be a total blast if you know, with a group of people to play. So once everything is hammered out as far as, you know, hardware issues or firmware issues or anything like that, I think it's gonna be here for a long time coming. So that it's great. It's awesome.
That's awesome. So I have like one question. So like, how is the bass pedal, the drums? Because like I remember. Oh,
the bass pedal's amazing. It feels great. It feels really good. It feels sturdy. It feels the drum pads. They feel bouncy, nice, sturdy. They're pretty quiet. And same thing with the guitar. Even the buttons are less clicky. The strum bar is less like it doesn't feel like just mush or anything. So it feels a lot more sturdy. Everything just feels like a great, like it's an upgrade as far as hardware goes from the previous iterations. And I'm just kind of seeing what they have more to come. So I'm excited for what they have.
Yeah, because I know like when I first played the first Rock Band, like I used to always love to play drums, and like literally I broke 2 plastic bass pedals. I bought 2 metal bass pedals. Broke them both at an anime convention.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty goddamn. Yeah, no. Yeah, there's metal on there, so it's sturdy. It won't break in like 5 minutes. I know how that went.
Oh, that's so
with the
good.
original Rock Band.
That's so good. No, I know it was like you're like into a song, you're fucking pounding drums, you're like bum bum bum, you hear that crack, and you're just like no.
Yeah. Then you gotta readjust it with duct tape and butter knives.
Yeah, dude.
About that.
I had a friend who went and bought a.
Founder.
I had a friend who went and bought a drum set that for the game that had a metal pedal, just so that wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that shit's.
It happened all too often, but this
God,
one
I feel like I just train wrecked the conversation.
You did. Shut up, Greg. Like I remember, like the fix I made. It was like I got a PVC pipe and like put it like a long like pedal and then taped it together with like duct tape, and then like it worked for like a day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I don't think there's going to be any issues with the jump or the bass pedal breaking. It's just more along the lines of, I don't know, if it's out of the box broken, that's just an issue you have to deal with, and with Mad Catz, I don't know. But otherwise, it's great. I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. Great to hear. So that's been your Rock Band Minute for this week. So I'm going to try to squeeze this in real quick before we get to our last story and then close the show out. So quickly, so I played it. Greg, you played it. Ramen, have you played Star Wars Battlefront as well?
Yep.
So quickly, just quick thoughts on Star Wars Battlefront. And
here's my thought. It's fucking amazing.
Yes. Like literally, you took the words out of my mouth.
So I tried to play
fucking amazing.
So I tried to play last night on my PC, and my PC can barely run it. It would be pretty laggy in the beginning of the game, but once it got going, it got going. It's fun. I mean, it hasn't hit it for me yet. Like I played the game last night. You know, I like the fact that when you die, you spawn instantly. You know, it basically just much of the same as Battlefield. I do feel like the Rebels are a bit outmatched when it comes against the Empire, because the Empire has a lot more stuff than the Rebels do. When you're especially starting out, when you get them over time. I just put the Walker, multiplayer level on Hoth.
That map has problems.
Mm-hmm.
It has major fucking balance issues. But go ahead.
Yeah. I like the traversity of it, going through the level, and like literally you have to like crouch down in the trenches if you don't want to get shot. Like that part was cool. Going from one place to another was pretty easily, and having everybody kind of combine their effort to kill this one walker is really cool, or that as it were. So yeah, like I can't quite get a firm do I really enjoy this, or is it just another one of those FPSs that Battlefield was? So I'm gonna play the PS4 version just because I don't think my PC can handle it. But I don't know. It's a wait and see for me right now. So, but so far it looks really good. The audio is great. I would like to have the music playing all the time, but that's just me.
Yes, yeah, me too. Oh my god, like when you're on the Empire side, when you're on the Empire side, and you're just like fucking fighting, and then like the fucking theme plays, and you're just like bomb, 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 and it's like,
can I talk yet?
Play the whole thing.
All right, go ahead, Greg, go for it.
Damn, dude, Greg. So like it's like confirmed. Greg cannot go like more than 10 minutes without saying something.
Goddamn mouth on. And I gotta argue with Greg about fucking Destiny for 2 hours.
Exactly.
Okay, so I'm not disagreeing with you that the Rebel side is a little unbalanced from the Empire. What becomes unbalanced, quote unquote, is the fact that no one knows what the fuck they're doing.
That's true.
The biggest problem is that when you play this game type, you are supposed to protect the beacons. So that way you can get Y-Wings if you're the Rebels and attack the AT-ATs. If you get into matches where everyone knows what they're doing, the Rebels have no problem at all. At all. But I would like to see maybe a little bit more, difficulty for the Empire. Just because it's like the Empire just has to protect the things, where when the Rebels take them, it's like you have to constantly wait for it to load up until a Y-Wing comes in. That's not necessarily fun. But it's not bad. Like I said, there's certain elements of it that suck, but not overall does it suck. The reason you hear like the fucking hero theme music is because a hero just popped into the game. Like somebody
sense.
just picked up a hero icon.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense now. All right.
Yeah, so like if you hear the Star Wars theme, which I can't think of it suddenly, because at this moment we're about to lose. But yeah, if you hear that, it means either Darth Vader or Luke has come into the match. When you hear the sad music on either side, which is the Imperial theme or the like the end of Empire Strikes Back, that's just because Luke or Vader has just died.
I see. Okay. All right, that makes sense.
God damn it, we lost, and I got a fuck ton of kills. So yeah, it's just you have to kind of know how to play. The other game type, Drop Zone, I think is what it was called. By the way, I just got 55 kills and 15 deaths. I'm really good at this game. I don't know why. It's the weirdest thing, 'cause I'm not good at most games. So
that's because wait. Oh my god, I have so many opinions. Go ahead.
Drop Zone is a smaller map. It's 8-on-8, and it's there's these drop pods that fall down, and you just have to capture them. It's basically King of the Hill, except once you get the hill, you get little prizes out of it. I prefer, out of this demo at least, Walker Assault, just because it's more open. There's more to do, whereas Drop Zone is just shoot and capture. That's it. Just shoot guys and capture. And I love the flying in this game. It's totally intuitive. It feels right to me, at least.
Not on PC. Oh my god.
I wouldn't know anything about that, but yeah, no, I fucking take out guys all the time in the sky. Sometimes there's pilots that are in the sky, like there's a squad of guys, so I'm just like, I'm not going in a fucking TIE fighter then. Like, you guys got the skies, you locked it down, good job. But getting into an AT-ST or getting into an AT-AT, it feels fun.
Oh,
and
yes.
Playing as a Jedi or Darth Vader or Luke feels fun. The game gives you the option to go into first person or third person, and that's fantastic because it caters to two different audiences there. The people who didn't play Battlefront back in the day, which it was locked in third person.
Yeah.
Those first person shooter guys can come in and play because the third person is locked directly behind the character. You cannot corner peek in third person. But I like third person because it feels authentic to Battlefront.
Yeah.
So, like, there's just so many elements. Like, I love the fact you have to fucking lead targets because the lasers don't move as fast as, like, bullets or whatever. Like, it's... Like, in other shooters, you point the fucking reticle at something and fire, you're going to hit the reticle, or you're going to hit the target. This, you have to lead a little bit. There's just so many elements that make it a little bit more skillful than other things, and I can't wait to get my hands on the full product. Plus, like we talked about earlier, the fucking game is gorgeous. My God. Mm-hmm. Like, well done on the tiny details. Like, you fly a ship and do it in first person. And tell me they didn't put fucking a ton of thought into the details.
Oh, it's so good.
Mm-hmm.
So good.
Definitely.
I could fucking sit here and jack off all day about this game.
Okay, so I agree with everything that Greg has said. It's fun. It's very responsive. Like, the gameplay, the gunplay is fucking awesome. One thing that I've noticed, right, is there are people who are coming from fucking like Black Ops, like River Ops, right? And it's like, okay, hey, you aim down sights. You aim down sights most of the time in the game, you're gonna get fucked. Like, literally, hip firing is so good in this game, it's ridiculous. So, my favorite map is Hoth. Okay, and like literally, you have to focus on like what's going on in that map because there's so much going on. You have a AT-AT in the distance. You have fucking things flying around the air and shooting you, and just like people dying. It feels like you're in a actual like Star Wars battle. Like all the sounds, all the music, the atmosphere.
I can't wait to play the rest of the fucking maps because like you were saying, there's so much going on.
Yes.
You can see so far into the distance. You look up and the skybox looks enormous because there's fucking Imperial Star Destroyers up in the sky. There's the weird Mon Calamari like bubbly ship that he flies in the third movie.
Yeah, like...
what the fuck's his name? It's Akbar? A trap. Akbar, thank you.
Yep.
I mean, it's just, dude, it's so fucking good. I've been playing, seriously, for 2.5 days now. I've been playing yesterday and today. I've probably put about 40 hours into the game so far on one goddamn map, and I'm not bored.
Yeah.
You've found your new crack for the week.
It's just like literally, I'm telling you, like when I first went in the game, like I was like, all right, I need to focus on like what's going on in this game, because like I'm just like looking at everything at like everything else. If you're like a Star Wars fan, oh my god, like it's so fucking crazy. You just get out there and you run out, you're sprinting through the fucking snow, lasers flying past your fucking head, you hear like the sound of the turrets off in the distance, you see fucking planes. I had a plane fucking like suicide bomb into me.
Yeah, I saw that. I
was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I saw.
I discovered that.
It's
Sorry,
great.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, like, I saw a suicide plane just crash right into the AT-AT, like in the game I was in last night, and I was like, holy shit!
Dude, it's fucking insane.
On Hoth, you guys remember the air speeders that did the tether around the AT-ATs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You get to fly those in the last stage of the Hoth battle. The problem is that you have to wait.
That.
Yeah, well, you can do that, but you have to wait until the AT-AT is vulnerable in order to do that. And the problem that comes from that, the challenge that comes from that, is like waiting and not dying before it happens, or like saving up that whole thing so that way you can do that.
Or making sure dumb shit doesn't activate it before you do.
Well, they spawn real quick, which is cool. So what I figured out is that early on in the third stage, the best way to handle those air speeders, because like I said, they respawn, is to seriously just either shoot and try to kill the ATSTs, which are just walking around destroying everything, or straight up suicide into them, because that's almost an instant kill. So like, there's like, you have to put all that in it. It's just guys, I'm about to come over this.
Okay.
I cannot get enough of this fucking game.
Okay, so like enough of like jacking off over the game, because like we know like it's fucking pretty, right? Like I understand. Mm-hmm. My only problem is with Hoth, okay? And like, okay, I'm not saying like it's not fun, because it's a ton of fun to play, like even if you lose, right? But the whole thing about it is, okay, so you have the AT-AT. You have to capture 2 points in order to basically like scramble the shield around the AT-AT, okay? During that...
Yes and no, it's a little bit more complicated, but yeah, go ahead.
So, during that time, somebody can man the turret of the AT-AT, and you have 3 different options on like shells and like barrages and stuff like that, right? And then like the way the maps is like laid out, as soon as you start, you kind of have a like high ground spot, okay? And then like depending on like if your team of like is like 10 people or 20 people.
It's 20 people.
20, yeah. If you're a team of 20 people, aren't fucking retarded and can go and actually capture the whole little like nodes that pop up. It's like, all right, you capture the nodes. All right, cool. Everybody like unloads on the AT-AT. There's 2 of them, not just 1. Okay, while you're unloading, like it takes very like low damage. Okay, so then you do that one phase, and then as the phases go on, the way the Empire pushes forward and there's mountains in the way, the way I see it is that Empire's always going to have the high ground. They're always going to be looking down upon the rebels, and it's kind of hard for the rebels to come back, I feel.
Okay.
I don't necessarily disagree. I think that there needs to be a little bit more of an equalizer for the rebels. Yeah. I don't know what that would be per se. Maybe more vehicles, maybe something a little bit less, because the walkers definitely like. Well, the thing that I've said is that maybe the walkers and the AT-AT like can climb into it or whatever, spawn a little bit slower. Like, I don't mind that they're in it for like a minute or however long that they're gonna be in it, but maybe don't let it fucking immediately respawn as soon as it explodes, kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, and then like while all that's going on, like you have Vader coming down every single now and then, and you have people in the air, and like rebels, like you can be also in the air, but it's like it's like I don't know. It just
well, the
feels
air
like
battles, the air battles in this on Hoth are fucking pointless. They do nothing for the
yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff that's technically pointless that you can do on Hoth that has no context or help with the overall objective.
Yeah, because
it's just fucking fun.
You know, I understand but it's like, all right, I'm gonna get in a turret that's in front of my base, and I'm gonna shoot at the AT-AT whose shields are down, because I happen to be there, and it's like, all right, I'm gonna do like the same amount of damage as like my fucking little shitty blaster does. That's bullshit.
Buff turrets.
Yes.
All right. So that has been our show. There was one more show I was gonna go, but I think we should end it here.
One more.
No. It's been about an hour and 11 minutes, so we're going a bit over time.
Yeah, I actually have to go get my laundry and get ready for this rehearsal dinner tonight.
Yep. So, before we end the show, Greg, where can I find you on the internet?
You can find me on Battlefront for the next 2 days. That's where you can find me. If I'm not there, I'm doing something I don't really want to do. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Twitch at Chubrock Geek, or I stream every Saturdays on Half Empty Entertainment, except for this upcoming Saturday, just because fucking wedding.
Greg's getting married.
No, my brother is.
No, Greg's getting married.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Chubrock Geek. Vine too, I guess. I don't really use Vine that often, but I guess I could do it more often. You can find my reviews and stuff on this website, and blah 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 blah.
All right, cool. Chris, where can they find you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Old Milk with a Q. That's where that's at.
Awesome. Ramen, where can they find you on the internet?
Oh, you guys can find me here on the Start Podcast every now and then. And then you can also find me on Twitter and Twitch at ExiledRamen7.
Awesome. Okay. And then this picture should be Derek, but where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on practically almost every form of social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitch, Common Writer Tag, KamenRiderTag.
Awesome. And where's my last? Okay, so if you enjoyed this podcast, if you enjoy listening or watching this podcast on Twitch, we have an audio version that goes up on Mondays on iTunes and Stitcher. It's also hosted on our website at missionstartpodcast.com under the name Mission Start Podcast. If you enjoy Convention Talk, if you enjoy our conversations we have about recent experiences we've been to, recently we had two of our convention reporters came on the podcast to talk about everything CrackCon. Check out The Conover. It is on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as hosted on our website. And if you enjoy comic books, movies, entertainment, all that nature, please go check out Jeremy's podcast on our website called The Rolling 20s, which is also on iTunes and Stitcher as well. So that's going to do it for us, guys. And we'll be back next week.
Yep.
And that's going to do it. So we will see you guys next time.
I love